I'm Ted Berg for SNY.TV, and this is Know Your Enemy presented by Pepsi Max. The Yanks head to Cleveland for the weekend, so to learn more about the Indians, we're talking to Ryan Richards from Let'sGoTribe.com. Ryan, usually we start out with one good thing for the opponent, but there's not a lot good for the Indians these days. What's happened here?
Well, number one, the starting pitching has really gone downhill in a big way since the All-Star break. The bad pitching has kind of overshadowed also lack of production from much of the lineup as well. Obviously, the Indians fired their pitching coach a couple of weeks ago because of it's been so bad with the rotation. But yeah, there's not a lot good going on right now. 10-19 since the All-Star break.
Is there a silver lining here for the Indians? I know, this season probably not going to happen for them. It seemed like they were outperforming expectations in the first half, but you look at their roster and they do have a bunch of 25, 26, 27-year-old guys contributing.
Yeah, they up the middle. It's weird how their roster is constructed right now. Up the middle, they're pretty good, and that's usually the most difficult place to find good players. With Santana at catcher, Kipnis at second, Cabrera at short, and even Brantley in center field. It's the corners that they're having problems with finding solutions to.
And of course, the starting pitchers. We should talk about the guys in this series. What have you seen out of Corey Kluber so far?
The Indians brought him up a couple starts ago to replace, I think, either Derek Lowe or Josh Tomlin in the rotation. He has pretty good upside. He's an older prospect, or maybe not even a prospect at all, 26 years old. But he has pretty good stuff, mid-90s fastball, pretty solid breaking pitches. And he's kind of in the rotation to see if he has a future in the rotation.
Justin Masterson had a great year last year, has had just everything sort of fall apart this year. Is he just walking too many guys, or is there some sort of other issue?
I think it's mechanical, mostly because he is a kind of a high-maintenance, wind-up. He's looked good at times. Other times, and when he's been bad, he's been horrible. Mostly it's been, with strike zone, not being in the strike zone. And when he is in the strike zone, the pitches are too good.
And then what about Ubaldo Jimenez, a guy who was so strong and so good for the Rockies for so many years, got a little bit shaky, got traded to the Indians, and since he's been with Cleveland, he's been awful.
Yeah, absolutely. It's similar problems to that of Masterson. Number one, he's not lasting long into games, which is taxing the bullpen. Walks are way up. I think he might have as many walks as strikeouts. And again, he's at times, even against quality opponents, he's looked excellent. But most of the time he's been either mediocre against weak lineups or just plain bad against, average or above lineups.
The Yankees lineup is tough. If they do, if the Indians keep them in the game, what will we see out of the bullpen?
The back end of the bullpen has been solid. That's been one of the strengths of this season. Lately, they haven't actually been used much because obviously you have to have a lead to use the 7th, 8th, and 9th guys. But if they get to the 6th inning, the Indians will have Joe Smith, former Met, as kind of the 7th inning guy, then Benny Pistano in the 8th, and Chris Perez in the 9th. Those guys have been solid. It's the rest of the bullpen that's been a problem, especially given that the starters have not been going long into games.
Ryan, thanks so much.
No problem.
Remember, for all the latest Yankee coverage, be sure to check in at itsaboutthemoney.net and chat with other Yankee fans throughout the series at NYYFans.com.